Welcome to Cooking with Frankie Meatball. Today, I'm going to make some fish tacos in a bourbon marinade.
Hey, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Johnny E. from Philly Rock Radio.
And you're about to get cooking
with Frankie Meatball.
I'm Frankie Meatball with the YouTube cooking show. I'm Frankie Meatball of the cooking show with you. I'm Frankie Meatball every Wednesday a new show. I said it, you heard it, it is fun.
Hey guys, I'm using bourbon for today's recipe. If you don't like bourbon, you don't have to use bourbon. You can just leave the bourbon out. Also, if you want to put tequila and lime go together pretty good. And again, if you do not want to use any kind of alcohol, you don't have to. Just leave it out and follow the recipe. Enjoy it. All right. I still got some fish swimming around from those fish sandwiches. With this, you want to use a white fish, preferably cod or pollock, or, I mean, it's the only way you're going to get that nice taste. So we're going to make the marinade for the fish. I'm going to grab a knife here. All right. You're going to need juice of 1 lime. Look at that. It is. Now we're going to bring it to the star of the marinade. We're going to do some bourbon. You want to do tequila, you do tequila. But like the bourbon cowboy says, everything's better with bourbon, huh? So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of bourbon. We're going to do a teaspoon of sea salt. We're going to do a teaspoon of black pepper. We do a teaspoon of cumin. Now get yourself a fork or a baby whisk. I like this little baby whisk. It does the job for everything, huh? You got your marinade. We put that to the side. We're going to get our fish. Now, it's going to be fish tacos, so, you know, just want nice little pieces. Just throw it in there. Now, when you're cutting this, you want to make sure you cut it in a, you don't want it too big, you don't want it too small. Remember, like when you cook, use your head. It's going on a taco, so, you know, nice little pieces. You got your fish in the marinade. You're just going to toss it in the marinade, you know, just mix it up in the marinade. And then we're going to stick it in the fridge. You do 10 minutes. But what we're going to do is, it's probably going to be a good minute or two with us. Because what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in the fridge while we make everything else. Get yourself another bowl. You want to get a cup of white cabbage and a half a cup of purple cabbage. That's what I got here. We'll throw that into the bowl. We're going to put some cilantro in there. We're going to cut some. We don't want to like really chop it. Really don't want to chop our cilantro. But get a nice bit of cilantro, bundle it up. You're only going to run your knife through it a little bit, not crazy, okay? So we kind of want the leaves, so we're going to, boom, just throw that in the bowl. Now a purple onion, we're going to do a little bit, not too much, maybe like, I don't know. Eye it up how much onion you want, but you want it really nice and thin. So take your time, get it really nice and thin. This is going to have some great color to it, guys. Last week, we air fried the fish. Hey, we're going to fry the fish. Deep fry. Alright, now just with your hand, just mix it. You know, just mix it, give it a good mix. Get that onion. If you're looking at it, you're like, hey, there isn't enough onion in there. Feel free to put some more onion, because that's what I'm saying to myself right now. So I'm going to put a little more onion. You know, be careful because the onion's purple and so is the cabbage. So you don't want to think the cabbage is the onion is the cabbage. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to make it nicey nice. Okay, now what we're going to do is make a bourbon lime aioli. So let's start with 1 cup of sour cream. A 1/4 cup of milk. Now you want to do 3 tablespoons of bourbon. A juice of 1 lime. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of minced cilantro, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. We're just going to dump all that in there. And now get your whisk, and let's just whisk it all together. I'm going to put a pinch of salt in there. Now you take your aioli, and you can put it in the fridge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the squeeze bottle and then put it in the fridge, because it's going to last a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See you back, guys. We're going to bread the fish. Okay, so I got here a 1/2 cup of flour. If you don't want to measure it, just pour some flour into it, okay? But what we are going to do is hit it with some salt and hit it with some pepper. We're just going to mix it up. That's your flour. Cup of tempura, this stuff right here. I never used it. It's tempura mix, so we're going to see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I seen this recipe. I'm like, hey, this got to be good, so it's going to be good. So forget about it. So I got 1 cup of that. I'm going to add a cup of water. It's going to make a nice little batter. Now, if you find your batter a little too loose, like I do, you always got to add a little more of the mix. Okay, we got a batter, we got our panko, we got our flour. Grab your fish, throw your fish into the flour, shake off that marinade, make sure you pat it down nice and nice. Put that fish in there, right? Nice and nice, pat it down, and throw it in the batter. Then, throw it in the batter, from the batter to the panko. What are you going to do? That's right, I'm going to tell you to keep doing it, and do it till you're all done. And while you're doing that, put your oven on 350, because we're going to heat up the tortillas, and turn your oil on. You want your oil at 350 also. We'll see you back. Now there's 1 or 2 ways how to heat up your tortillas. You can heat them up on the stovetop, or like I do, nice and easy. I get some aluminum foil and I wrap it up in aluminum foil. And I stick it in the oven. Our oil is at 350. We're going to go fry up this fish. Finally, we got everything done. Okay, guys, it's a process, but let me tell you, it sounds like it's worth the wait. And again, if you don't want to use alcohol in any of this, you don't have to leave it out. Continue the recipe. Okay, so I took out the tortillas out of the oven. Whoa, nice and warm, huh? Look at that. We're going to just lay her down, boom, like that. Nice and warm. Get some fish. We're going to lay some fish down in here. All right, look at that. So, this isn't thick enough. So, look at this. I'm going to get 2 nice sized pieces of your fish, right? Let's get some of this mixture here. Make sure you get some of that cilantro. Okay, you're going to need some pico de gallo. If you don't feel like making it, again, do what I did. I had some freshly made at the store, so you could do that. Okay? I mean, because it's a lot to cook here, you know? But let's see, guys. Let's put some of this here on top. Some of the pico on top. Look at that. I'm going to take our aioli. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Could you, like, really get a look at that? Huh? I mean, that looks good. Let's give it a nice little taste. Mmm. Mmm. Taste the bourbon. It's not overpowering. Okay? Mmm. Very good. Nice and crunchy. Good flavor and good crunch. If you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that bell notification button so you get notified every time I put out a new video. Check out my guys, PhillyRockRadio.com. They play everything from the Full Fathers to the band Mothers of Rock. Guys, look us up on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and guess what, guys? Until next time. Forget about it, eh? It's a Frankie Meatball production.